it away, that'll make it.
Connor, you think Sever's ready for the ass whooping he's gonna get?
I don't think so. But he has no say in the matter.
Like there's things that you can, I mean, do you go back and look at those first two fights? Are there things you take from them, or is it everything different now for both of you guys?
For the most part, everything's different. He's a better fighter than he was before. I like to think I'm a better fighter than I was before. He does the same stuff, but he does it better. He hasn't really changed his tactics. He's not like a wrestler now. He was a great kickboxer before, but now he throws karate kicks. None of that. He's still the same fighter, but he's a lot better. You know,
is he smarter about the game now than he was before? Do you think? Is that part of it?
I'm sure he's smarter. Yeah, I'm not gonna say he's not smarter. I'm sure he's smarter. What I noticed is that he's the same fighter, just better at it. He has the better combinations. Throws his hands to his leg kicks. Sets up his leg kick. He does a good job overall. You could say he's smarter. I'm not saying he's not smarter.
Because of his improvement, a lot of people are now saying that he's gotten a lot better work. Maybe you have stayed at the same level, even though it is at the top end of the division. Do you see where that momentum could come into the fight for him because he's on such a hot streak?
Well, I think
People are saying because you bet him before and he's improved a lot since then, but you are still at the top of your game. You think that the underdog could work for this weekend?
I'm not really understanding, but it's fine. But you know, that being said, he's on a 6, 7, 5. He's on a 5-fight win streak. He's doing a good job. He has improved from our last time we faced off. That was how many years ago? WC 48. However many years ago, 2010 that was. So 4 or 5 years ago. So obviously he has gotten better. I do believe obviously I've gotten better. So we'll see who the better man is come Sunday night.
Where have you gotten better in the last time you
Say again?
Where do you think you've gotten better?
I think I've gotten better everywhere. I think I've worked on my wrestling, worked on my stand-up, my boxing, worked on my Muay Thai, literally everything. You can't neglect any part of your game. Whatever you neglect, that's going to be your weakness, and that's what your opponents are going to focus on. So I've been working on everything, cliche as it is.
How much does that throw you off, having things changed up just 2 weeks before?
Say one more time?
How much does that throw you off, having to have things changed up from one opponent to another one just 2 weeks before?
I don't think it changes too. For me personally, it doesn't change up too much. A lot of guys want to focus so much on their opponent. Oh well, Eddie Alvarez is this tall and he does this and yada yada yada, and then Donald Cerrone, he's this tall and he does this, his reach is this, yada yada. Our focus at the MMA Lab is on what we're going to do, less on like what they're going to do. Obviously they have a Mirko Cro Cop big left kick. You got to be aware of that. You got to pay attention to that. But for the most part, it's about what we're going to do, what we bring to the table, how we're going to make them react to us, how we're going to dictate the pace, dictate the conversation, start the conversation, all that sort of stuff. So as far as fighting Eddie and then Cowboy, it's fine. It doesn't matter. Both guys are going to make sure that we dictate the pace, the speed of the fight, and he's going to react to us.
Benson, you said he's a smarter fighter. Do you think it's smart for him to take a fight against you, former world champion, just 15 days after he just had a 3-round fight against a guy? Do you think that's very smart?
I think he said he's a smart fighter. I would say he's not a smart fighter. I would say yes, he's plenty smart, but those weren't my words exactly. Okay. But yeah, I'm sure he is a smarter fighter.
Aldo, do you feel that he's looking past you? Do you feel disrespected? And what do you plan to do about it on Sunday?
Du stehst im Hintergrund auf dem Poster, Conor spricht über Aldo. Fühlst du dich dadurch irgendwo disrespektiert?
Ja, ich fühle mich ein bisschen benachteiligt. Deshalb werde ich das im Kampf mal beweisen, dass es nicht so ist und das Ganze umdrehen.
He slightly feels slighted, and that's why he's going to prove in the fight that it was for naught.
How much of a motivating factor do you use all that leading into the fight?
Wie sehr motiviert dich das, im Kampf noch besser aufzudrehen?
Ja, ich bin sehr motiviert, weil durch diese ganze Show im Vorfeld von ihm, er hat mich viel geärgert, mich beleidigt und alles. Ich bin sehr motiviert, ich will das Ganze ihm heimzahlen, natürlich.
Conor insulted him a lot in the build-up of the fight. He's using it to motivate himself even more, and he's going to pay him back.
And you use that as your own motivation as well?
Das ist deine Motivation ganz persönlich?
Ja, auf jeden Fall. Das motiviert einen sehr.
Absolutely, it's a super form of motivation.
How is he different than other fighters that you've been in there with in the past?
Wie unterscheidet er sich von anderen Kämpfern, mit denen du bisher zu tun gehabt hast?
Ja, er redet viel mehr als alle anderen. Alle anderen waren bis jetzt normal sportlich, er ist nicht so. Und natürlich sein Kampfstil ist etwas anders, etwas komplizierter als alle anderen.
He talks a lot more than anybody else he's ever faced. His fighting style is unorthodox, it's different from everybody else, but it is what it is.
Dennis asked for Conor after his last fight in Sweden. Is he surprised that he actually got the fight?
Du hast nach Conor gefragt nach seinem letzten Kampf in Schweden. Bist du überrascht, dass es geklappt hat?
Ich habe nicht direkt nach ihm gefragt. Ich habe das von der UFC angeboten bekommen. Aber das hat mich nicht sehr überrascht, weil es im Vorfeld schon viel darüber gesprochen wurde. Und jetzt, wie gesagt, ist es zustande gekommen.
Dennis actually didn't ask for the fight. It got offered by the UFC, but there had also been a lot of talk even beforehand, before Dennis fought in Sweden, that the fight was going to happen. So he's happy with it.
Where do you feel like this puts you? Obviously, a win would be astronomical in terms of your career. It'd be the biggest win of your career. There's talk that Conor gets a title shot if he beats you. If you beat him, where does that put you?
Wenn du Conor schlägst, er kriegt einen Titelkampf, wenn er dich schlägt. Aber was ist, wenn du ihn schlägst? Wo stehst du dann?
Ja, wenn ich ihn schlage, bringt das mich auf jeden Fall ein ganz Stück nach vorne. Vielleicht nicht direkt zum Title-Shot, aber das ist jetzt auch nicht mein Ziel. Aber unmittelbar Nähe auf jeden Fall.
If I beat him, it's probably not going to get me a title shot right off the bat, but it's going to get me a lot closer to a title shot.
Dennis, how do you feel about the way the fight has been promoted? There's been so much emphasis on Conor McGregor. Is it fair to you, and has it affected you at all?
Conor ist ja sehr stark in Fokus gerückt worden. Hat es dich irgendwie beeindruckt und wenn ja, wie?
Ja, ich bin ein bisschen benachteiligt worden, was die ganze Promotion angeht. Ich bin nicht so vertreten, aber das macht mir nichts aus. Das, wie gesagt, gibt mir mehr Zeit, mich auf den Kampf zu konzentrieren, mich besser vorzubereiten und ist okay.
Dennis has kind of taken a back seat to the build up to the fight, but it's okay with him because the more Conor talks, the more Dennis gets to train instead.
Dennis, Conor says he believes the fight will end in the first round. How would you like to win? Do you think it's going to go the distance, or would you like to have a stoppage?
Conor sagt, dass er in der ersten Runde Schluss macht. Würdest du gern auch vorzeitig siegen oder lieber über die Distanz gehen?
Nein, ich will auf jeden Fall einen vorzeitigen Sieg, um das Ganze hier, um dem Ganzen hier einen Schluss zu legen und zu zeigen, dass der nicht der König hier ist.
He definitely wants to go for a finish because he wants to prove to the world that Conor's not that great and that he's not the savior of the entire MMA sport.
Was there anything that for Dennis that he felt that crossed the line in terms of Conor's trash talking? Or was it just standard? This is just standard pre-fight hype.
Gab es irgendwas, das Conor gesagt hat, das wirklich sehr stark über die Grenze rausgegangen ist, oder war es alles nur dummes Gelaber?
Ja, es war alles dummes Gelaber, aber natürlich waren ein paar Sachen dabei, die ein bisschen zu übertrieben waren. Ich sage jetzt nicht was, weil das schon so viel war, dass ich das nicht mehr weiß, aber übertrieben hat auf jeden Fall.
Conor talks a lot of crap, but he doesn't want to pick out anything specific that went over the line because there were quite a few things that went over the line, and he doesn't really want to give that credence.
Would he, if, I'm sure Dennis expects to win, and I'm sorry. What does Dennis expect from a victory? Does he want the title shot? Does he think he deserves a title shot if he beats Conor?
Wenn du gewinnst, denkst du, dass du den Titelkampf verdient hast, oder wärst du noch ein Stück bis hin?
Ja, ich konzentriere mich momentan nur auf diesen Kampf. Denn Conor zu schlagen ist für mich jetzt besser als jeder Titelkampf. Das ist jetzt mein hauptsächliches Ziel. Und was danach kommt, werden wir sehen. Ist nicht wichtig. Ich bin, wie gesagt, jetzt nur auf diesen Kampf konzentriert. Alles andere ist mir egal.
As of right now, Dennis's focus is Conor and Conor solely. We can talk about title shots and about the developments that come after the fight, after he beats Conor, but not now. Now he's focused just on Conor.
Will you have anything to say to Conor if he wins?
Wenn du gewinnst, hast du dann irgendwas noch zu sagen? Abschiedsworte an Conor?
Wenn ich gewinne, dann werden wir sehen.
We'll see when I win and if I win. Who wins? Who wins? Picture that. Tell him to speed shine it. Tell Jose I want that belt speed shine, but he comes over there early.
was about to say.